Welcome to We Love to Hate Everything. I'm Jody, and along with my long-distance bestie Amanda, we live to break down all the things we love to hate. Each week, we scour TV, TikTok, and pop culture and deliver you our unfiltered, snarky takes on everything. Take a moment to subscribe on YouTube so you catch all our live streams and shows, and follow the links in the banner to subscribe to our free weekly podcast and 2 Patreon shows, We Love to Hate TV and Total Request Podcast, where you request the shows and we break them down. Once subscribed, you have instant access to our massive library of hundreds of past shows and recaps. We promise you'll love it. And listen, we're all friends here, so let us hear from you in the comments. We love getting to know you, and we hope you enjoy the show. All right, let's go. Hello, and welcome to We Love to Hate Everything. I'm Jody. Oh, we can't hear you.
I am Amanada. Hi, everyone. Oh,
hello.
Oh, I didn't mean to
change.
Okay, I'm not touching anything. Well,
I'm not touching anything either, babe. Right, we're blue. We're pink.
All right,
welcome. Happy post Super Bowl week of love.
Week of love.
Week of love. How are you, Amanda?
I am so good. I did some hustling this weekend.
Did you?
I did a bunch of Instacarts in the blizzard. I sent you a review that I got from some guy who kept texting me after I already delivered the shit. He was talking to me the whole time, and then he left me this insane review that was like, "I hope she stays forever."
I was gonna say, I'm like, that's why he wanted you to stay forever.
Forever. Well, anyway, that between that and dog walking, I made like $450 because gotta put $3,500 for my car.
Yes. So we learned all about insurance last week.
We learned all about insurance this week. Everyone in my family is like, I should probably look at my insurance policy because I didn't know you could sell insurance without collision.
Apparently you can in Canada.
Well, it's a free-for-all up here, so I get to pay that. But you know what? It looks like I'm actually going to be able to do it. So
good. How about a little housekeeping before we get started? We got a big show and lots of Browntown news. So
great.
Don't fear.
What are we doing? Oh, housekeeping. Let's take a look at Robin's kitchen. Can I say really quickly here?
Yes, you raised your hand, so yes.
I wanted to point out this Anya Galern Dunkel Brianna. I went through a whole rabbit hole last week, and then you went through it this weekend, and I was like, yeah, I already did all this.
Oh, Anya Galern Dunkel. Let me tell you, I came across you on TikTok, and I sent you to Amanda. I was like, oh, this girl. Either she knows what she's doing. She's talking like us. Does she listen to us? This is our friend. You're like, hello, it's Anya Galern Dunkel. It's like, oh my God. First of all,
I had this exact experience last week when she came up on my. I was like, and I was putting things together. I'm like, she kind of looks familiar from a thumbnail, and I'm like, oh, this is Anya Galern Dunkel Brianna.
You are so hot. You are
gorgeous
as fuck. And we had Jacob call in. We heard Jacob's voice, Sally, Heather. I mean, it's all coming together into one big happy family.
I'm really loving doing the voicemail episodes and stuff, which we're going to talk about in a second here, because you can hear people's voices. Brianna actually sent in a really great story to make me feel better about my Mulholland Drive episode.
Yep. I've been thinking about it all weekend.
I really feel like we're all just genuinely friends, and now we get to hear voices and see pictures. It is
it's so great.
What do we got coming up this week on a Patreon?
Okay, let's blast through this, because even though we're not watching a whole episode with you guys today, lots of Browntown news, lots of fun stuff and hot topics. But this week on Patreon, we are recapping game night. And
no, I don't think so.
We're not.
We're confronting Meri part 2.
We're still confronting Meri. Yeah, Amanda, say it isn't so.
It's okay. Game night's next week, though, baby.
Well, consider yourselves lucky then, because we're still confronting Meri about having her friend Cheryl and Cheryl's cool daughter out for a trip to Vegas.
The confrontation where Christine says, you just bring
energy into the room. And Meri's like, really, Christine? Really?
Although it was she did kind of just.
Well, sorry, she brings an energy into the room. Sorry, babe. So anyway.
Anyway, go ahead.
Well, consider yourself lucky, because I was going to give you a fair warning that in this episode, I mean, if you have any sort of like sensitive hearing to sounds, to things like woohoo, screaming, people talking over each other nonstop, you may just want to skip that one. Also, Brianna's front and center the whole time, so that's fun.
Oh yeah, sorry. Keep going.
Also on Total Request Podcast, we are going through a month, aren't we? Or am I ahead another fucking
Let me check. Yes, The Last Dance.
Oh, thank God. Okay. That's odd. Kelly cheats on Zach, and he's like so cool about it. Easy.
He's like way too cool. I'm like, are you a serial killer? He's like, yeah, that's fine. We'll be fine.
Pretty much. And we just teased it. Girl dinner. We got listeners calling in. It's a good one.
I accidentally really teased it this weekend by posting it for, I think, 20 seconds, and a whole bunch of people grabbed it. And then all day it was like, what happened to that girl dinner episode? like,
you little tease.
Yes. So it'll be.
Well, don't worry, because we got more coming up on our month of love on TRP. We're going to have an episode of The Office, Boy Meets World. They're so cozy in a cabin with a mountain girl, Linda. I always want to say cannellini, like cannellini beans. And of course, check out our merch shop. We got some fine drywall logo, drywall since 1980, and more. So check that out. Amanda, is it time for Hot Topics?
Sure. I mean, yeah, let's do it. Okay.
I exhausted you already. Probably because you had a really big weekend because...
Yes, Girl Dinner is only on... Sorry, Molly Flynn is asking, is Girl Dinner only on Patreon? It is. Also on YouTube. You can also join us on YouTube. We need to be better about promoting that. But you can join us here on YouTube for the same stuff you get on Patreon. Just check out subscribe or whatever. Okay. I had amidst my hustling... Every day I'm hustling. I took this cat that I'm watching, Fig's mother, Mrs. Frizzle, to a cat adoption event, like in the middle of everything. It was like the wildest day. And so I got her in there, got her in the car, brought her over. It's like fucking blizzard outside. There's snow everywhere. I'm carrying her across like the parking lot. I was like, if she jumps out of here right now, like that's it. Like it's done. So it's this adoption event. I'm like super late. And I get there and like the cat girl, somebody up there in the call, this same person said something's weird about Amanda today or different.
I don't know. Maybe your hair, your statement necklace. It's because we're assuming you're Luann de Lesseps with your statement necklace.
I'm Luann in it up for sure. My voice kind of sounds like too. Anyway, so I got to this adoption event, and the second I got there, I'm like, okay, Mama Frizzle's here, and everyone's just like looking up at the ceiling, and one of the cats, who looks exactly like my cat, Latrice, that was there for adoption, the second they got her out of the thing to like put her in one of the areas, fucking flipped out and like jumped up into the rafters up here.
How did it get up there? Scale the walls?
Yeah. Cats are
good.
She chilled up there for I was there for an hour and a half. And
wait, that's Miss Frizzle?
No, Miss Frizzle is a perfect baby angel. Miss Frizzle, here's Miss Frizzle actually watching everything happen. She's just like, holy shit.
Oh, that cat's gonna get in trouble.
Cat's just chilling up there. Look at that.
What if it went into that pipe and got sucked up in there?
Oh, this was the worry. And we're like, what do we do? And everyone's like, we'll call the fire department. And we're like, but we also had one of the major adoption guys come. We're like, if the fire department came, they would just be doing the same stuff all of us are doing. We all just basically had broomsticks, and we were just people were like up on these like things. We were trying to like guide the cat, but like the second we'd get the cat to go one way, it would freak out. And there were just so many poles and rafters for this thing to go. And I would like to think that I saved the day. Is this where we are? Yeah. So here we are. So we're about here. I'm like standing on that thing or on one of these things with a broom. And we somehow, there's like 8 of us doing this, and we're
now, those of you who live in the States, I have a feeling you too could do this, because I'm pretty sure like OSHA was disbanded over the weekend. I don't think we have anything like that anymore. So, you know,
like what?
Just like OSHA.
What's OSHA?
You know, that like organization that's like safety in the workplace.
Oh, okay, yes.
It was a political joke. I don't care where you lie. But okay, so you got up on that thing?
I did. My ankle was really feeling good in my slides, in my Birkenstock slides, got up there. So we got the cat into this net.
It's like a cartoon net. This is like an episode of Garfield. What is this?
We got it in the net, and then as they were trying to get this cat into the actual thing, it got out again and then started running. And I really think we would have been there another hour if I didn't have the wherewithal to take the broom and just fucking smash it down. Like the broom part, like the bristly part, just like on her entire body. And I was holding it down with like all my might. Then another girl got in there and grabbed the cat. And I was like, hold on. And then there was blood everywhere after that. Because then she got the bleeding. The girl. Because she was holding the cat and the cat was pissed and there was blood everywhere. And I was like,
I'm dying. Shannon says that kitty needs a gabapentin. That's so good. Wait, so like, is anyone going to adopt that cat? Did they know that cat just scaled the entire building?
I made a comment. I was like, you can add to her profile that she's good at climbing.
Oh, that one probably killed. Did you bring the place down?
And then after we got it in the cage, I tried to start an applause and no one joined in.
Oh, Amanda, are you the type that gives a hip hip hooray when the plan lands?
No, but I thought we should clap when we got the cat. That could have gotten anyway.
Wow, yeah, too soon. Oof.
That's all that happened. Oh, and then one last thing here. You guys will hear we did an episode for next girl dinner called Dough Girls, and Jody was so excited, and there's going to be several installments of Dough Girls where we're just going to copy Doughboys and just talk about chain restaurants.
News for all of us, guys. Breaking news for me too. We're doing a whole series. Okay, I'm just teasing. So, I'm glad we narrowed it down to a category, though.
Right. So I in the episode I mentioned Boston pizza, which every Canadian knows, and I'm like, I want to get these cactus cut fries after we record and everything. So anyway, I ordered them Saturday, and so I ordered them.
Cactus cut fries are plain chips.
They're not. They're so much more than that. So I ordered them when I was like in between deliveries, and I had like a $10 off coupon. So they were going to cost me like $4 if I picked them up. So I get there and I walk into this Boston pizza. And I've never it was okay. There were 2 big groups. There was the restaurant and then the host stand. And then like a guy with his son that were waiting for an order. And he's like talking to the son the whole time so that I could hear like, oh, we're next in line, buddy. And I'm like, okay. And we're just here to pick up food and then we're on our way home. The whole Boston pizza is filled with, here's a group of a finishing party with 12 to 15 children under 6. And then over here is a about to start child's birthday party. And so like there's a bunch of kids in this whole area. And then I'm standing here and then it's just kid. And I had taken a gummy right before I got in there. So like as the gummy's sitting in, there are just children and they're like dressed in like gymnastics gear and shit. So it's like girls that would probably call me fat when I was younger. They're
girls.
And there were 2 waitresses on, no hostess for this. They clearly did not know that this was going to happen. And I was so close to like taking an adult from each party aside and being like, this is fucked up.
Oh no. Yeah. No one working. No one is prepared for this.
No. I waited like, and then people are coming in behind me and they're doing the
like wow, what is going on in here tonight? Oh,
somebody's like, is there only 2 waitresses on? And I was like, well, it seems like maybe they're slammed. Yeah.
Now this is the illustrious Boston pizza, only in Canada, we believe.
Yeah, I think it's only in Canada. Well, they have it in the US. It's called Boston's, but it's not the same. Anyway, yeah, it was like just this moment. I was watching them and everyone's flipping out behind me. And then meanwhile, throughout the restaurant, there's also like 6 or 7 tables of just what does Charlie call them? Like locals?
Civilians.
Civilians.
Yep.
So just everyone in the restaurant is just like looking for the waitresses. And like, I've never been I wanted to be like, can I jump in and bust some tables for you? Because they were both so in the weeds. And like, all I could see was that they were going to be in the weeds for at least the next 2 hours. And they were going to get horrible tips. Everyone was irritated. And this is like Canadian irritated. Anyway,
it's probably those teen servers, second week on the job or something.
Sure. And I was like watching them, they're being so nice to the table, and I'm watching each of them go to the back. And the second they hit that mark, they're just like, you can just see them screaming. And I was like, I wish I could help you.
Remember when that happened with you at the when you were working at that play, the dinner theater, and then you just left?
Yeah, that was. I still stand by that there was nothing. There was nothing to be done.
You called me from the car, and I just remember you being like, "Oh God, they're coming to my window."
knock. I should tell that story one day on a girl dinner. Now that I can go back and reflect 2 years later, I'm super embarrassed about it because my Auntie Debbie was in the restaurant. But like, even just
I didn't know she was there that day.
She was there. I had got her tickets for her. Like, so it was like her and like my like second cousin. Like, like a little girl. Anyway. So I just wanted to say, be kind to your servers out there.
That's right.
Because I was just, and I knew that the tips weren't going to be that great, and just the kid and parents were just letting their kids, and I was like, I want to just scream at all the parents, like, do you see what's going
their
on?
Night off? It's their night off too, and that's not okay.
I really do think that it should be a law that everyone has to work a year in the service industry somewhere, retail, something. Everyone should.
I agree with that. Some teams who didn't work in the service industry right away. Teen Mom. Oh yeah, it's back. The next chapter.
Watching it, guys.
All right, so I did watch this episode. You told me like, okay, it's interesting with Cheyenne and who's that other one?
Say that.
No, you said you're like, like Bar got arrested and there's something with Ashley. I fast forwarded through all this.
Oh no, that's fun. We're here to talk about the OGs.
Okay. Mainly, let's get to it. Kate and Tyler.
This is a big news story this week. I'm even adding it into my live with Joan, which is every Wednesday. Pot in the City. Go follow us. I'm even going to talk about it there because it's everything. Everyone knows about this right now.
Yeah, I'm really curious to hear what you all think too, who are here in the chat. That was a hard watch.
It was a really hard watch. And I have famously been on their side for all this because I'm a petty bitch and I'm a hater. And I also hate Brandon and Teresa. He gives me Jared from Subway vibes, and Teresa is Robin Brown. This is the exact same energy.
Okay, so give the background for those who maybe haven't watched it in a while, don't know what's going on.
Kaylin and Tyler, when I think they were like fucking since they were like 13. But anyway, they were pregnant when she was like 14 or 15. They were on 16 and pregnant. So now, and they had a baby named Carly who they gave up for adoption through this adoption agent.
They placed her for adoption.
Adoption.
Yeah. They always say gave up to. And I'm like, I thought that was supposed to be like a phrase, but maybe it is back in popularity. I don't know.
I'm still okay, great. I will never say.
And have they had 2 or 3 kids? Remind me, because they all look the exact same.
Nova, they have Raya, and they have Tate. That's a name that sounds like Tata, because I remember it sounds like Tata. Veda. Yes, Veda. Okay. So they have 3 kids already. They're shit. Okay, so they're pissed because now they're rich And they have this kind of, I think a lot of this is spite, more spite than actually caring about Carly at this point, because they're going after Brandon and Teresa. They didn't know that they were going to be rich and that the show was going to go on. I think a lot of the problem here lies with the adoption agency and with Dawn. I think that's really where this can all be tracked to. But I saw a TikTok come up the other day that was like, Tyler Baltiera is a classic textbook narcissist. And then as she was talking, I was like, oh maybe. I'm like, this all has good points. I think he's just so charming that, but there could be a little narcissism in there. But I think a lot of this now is just them sticking it to Brandon and Teresa and their obsession with winning, with coming out on top here. I don't think they care about Carly. And I think that Carly definitely was like, I don't want to fuck with them anymore.
Yeah. So this year, the OG teen moms kids are turning 16. So that's like a big thing. So Amber's daughter, Leah, Gary and Christina got her a car. He's like, yeah, it's yours, Leah. Christina, we're just getting her this Infinity C3 filler. He's such a nerd, but he is a good dad. So
I think he's an especially good dad because he knows that America loves him, though. I think a lot of
thank God for him, because can you imagine if we were with Amber through all of her ups and downs? Woof.
Oh my God.
But I'm with you with Kate and Tyler that their adoption counselor, Dawn, I don't think she was a very great middleman. I think she does probably what a lot of people have to do in that job. Like when you're talking with adoptive parents, you are talking with them. You can empathize. When you're talking with the birth moms, you can talk with them and you can empathize. But like, I feel like she was kind of playing both sides here. And 100%. I don't think she was maybe clear enough with Kate and Ty that there are no laws, especially in Michigan, where Kate and Tyler live. Michigan is notoriously like a very difficult state for things like adoption, surrogacy, things like that. Still to this day, even though they just recently changed the law, but there is no legal document that you can have that's going to say that this arrangement is going to stay an open adoption forever. That just like doesn't.
And I don't think they knew that. There's no way they knew that.
I don't think they knew that, and they can change it anytime. And it's like you're right. They're not thinking. They're thinking it's like us versus Brandon and Teresa. And in my opinion, like Carly's in high school.
Carly must know. And a lot. I mean, as much as I am in full support of Tyler Baltiera's OnlyFans, I went through my videos. I deleted a bunch of videos the other night. I'm like, what is this penis video here? And it's Tyler just naked, just like flopping his dick around. And I'm like, keeping this. But she must know that that's out there. Like social media, kids know all this shit.
And they're a conservative Christian family.
Super conservative.
You do know that about them. And they have asked you.
She said, like, I don't want to, I'm embarrassed about them. And there probably are a little pushy. And like, it's probably not great vibes. So I think that maybe Brandon and Teresa are taking the brunt for Carly.
Yeah.
Carly, I don't want this. And they're like, well, we'll be the face of this. But they're like getting,
you know what? Even if Carly was like, listen, I want this. I want to talk to Kate and Tyler. Well, they are the parents. So if they're saying no, they are the parents. You agreed that these are the parents and they're making the decision for their kid. And honestly, play it cool, because in 2 years, she's going to be 18 and you can talk to her anytime you want. Like if she wants to reach back out to you. I think they're really crossing over the lines of
now it just seems like now it's more becoming, we want to win rather than we're thinking about Carly. Molly, you didn't sound stupid at all in the last comment. Yeah, no, I think that Carly's saying, I don't want to fuck with Caitlin and Tyler. But then also Brandon are they give me like Robin vibes. So there's also a chance that Carly's being raised like Aurora.
Yeah, but they are still the parents. Like
they're allowed to do that.
Like Carly could be like, my parents are fucking assholes. But what 16-year-old probably doesn't think their parent is an asshole to a certain extent. And she's only got 2 more years too for her to reach out if she really wants to talk to them.
Caitlin and Tyler's whole thing here is like they're talking to Dawn, is that picture here? Yeah, when they're talking to Dawn here, like I feel bad, obviously, but like Caitlin's like, I will not stop reaching out. I need her to know.
Yeah, that's not okay.
But she knows, like she does know. And now, sorry, but like there's only 2 more years left. So she's going to be 18 soon. You've given her enough to work with. So maybe wait the 2 years. And then if she reaches out to you, great. But like at this point, it's getting very pushy and not very cute.
I think they're getting lost in their mind too, because they probably are thinking, oh, when I was 16, I would have loved if I would have had these birth parents reaching out to me. But yet your parents were Butch and April. You know, like you maybe would have liked that, but she doesn't. And that is part of, you know, I can never possibly understand what it's like to be a birth parent, but like that is something that comes along with that is a really, really tough decision, but they're going to have to respect Brandon and Teresa and all they're doing by saying this, like, well, I'm not gonna, even if they don't bother them saying, even I don't want to. They're fucking it up so much worse.
Screenshots of like conversations with Teresa. Like I would be like, because on the episode they're like, well, she must have blocked you. I would have blocked their fucking asses. I'd block way more people. Like I'd block people for less.
Well, they didn't read the room. Kate and Tyler didn't read the room years ago, like a decade ago.
Yeah.
You know, like they would kind of take off and then they'd be in touch and then they'd be late for things or whatever.
Like drunk April to the last meeting.
Yeah, listen, life does not go as planned, and I get it, but I do like that they were kind of giving it to Dawn, though. Like we didn't know this. Yes, you couldn't understand Dawn. You know, guess who's here?
Everyone say hi to John.
And on oversubscribe to Pod in the City, we have a link, one of our favorite pages that you can go subscribe to.
John schedule because we have to record after this, and he wants to start earlier rather than later.
Oh, Tyler's still on OnlyFans. Okay. All right. Well, what else do we have going on here? We had Teen Mom.
What else? Wait, Teen Mom.
Just a little announcement. Oh, what else was on Teen Mom? Sorry.
Well, Amber didn't want to film, so she told the crew, I just can't. I'm sick. You might need to bring a pregnancy.
I feel like this was a fake out. She knew she wasn't pregnant.
No, she admits at the end of the episode.
Yeah, I was going to say, like, she's like, yeah, whatever. I mean, I just like lie when I'm like really upset about stuff. I just, you know, like, it is what it is.
The bipolar.
Yeah, it's just crazy. Oh my gosh.
Dad had like John got a bad review this week on our pod on the Americans. We have 5 stars in Canada, but he got a bad review this week, so we're gonna be spiraling out about that.
Oh, welcome.
Yeah, welcome to our world.
Mackenzie's dad shot himself in the heart with an arrow just in time for Valentine's Day. The photos of that home. And the blood that was all over that house, that was shocking. I was not prepared for that. Also, how do you just toss something and an arrow releases itself from its quiver or whatever it's called and
shit can happen
ricochets back?
Me and Joan know someone who I think we were actually kind of mean to in college, but he was weird. And his brother or dad, I think, passed away because he was driving with like a pen in his pocket. And I think like the pen, like he like crashed and the pen like pierced his heart and he died. So that's,
shit.
Weird shit happens.
In 6th grade, we were staying in for recess at St. James the Apostle School, and my friend Janelle was walking through the door, indoor lunch and recess, and a bunch of boys were throwing pencils, and a sharpened pencil flew across the room and it stuck her in the face as she was walking through the door.
Oh my God.
And then everyone called her Pencil Head because, 6th graders are real nice. And I still remember it 35 years later, and I tell people about Pencil Head with a pencil stuck in her face. Yeah, you got to be careful. You really got to be careful.
That's all they have on Teen Mom. But if like a great episode comes up, we will like do a full recap of it for a girl dinner and also post on the Amanda Loves to Hate.
Okay. Well, speaking of real soon, who's tuning in to Flight Risk starring Mark Wahlberg? I just want to say too soon. Too soon. 9/11 and like all the plane crashes in the last week.
Oh, I didn't even think of that. It seems like he's like referencing, he's being self-referential with this. Because I assume
like 9/11.
Right. For anyone who doesn't know, Mark Wahlberg made a statement soon after 9/11 that, well, if I'd been on that, I think it was about United 93. If I'd been on the plane, it would have happened a lot different. Would have gone down a lot different.
Yeah. Well, he says he would have prevented 9/11.
What?
He says he would have prevented 9/11. It'd be him and Cody Brown being like, today we're going to save the Constitution of the United States and the Declaration of Independence, which you didn't believe me was a thing, and now you know it is.
Yeah, well, it came up on my TikTok because you keep doing it, so it is a real quote.
Anyway, let us know if you watch Flight Risk.
I'm sure Joan will see it and give us I'm sure he'll hate it. Give a review about it. Mark Wahlberg, he's one of those ones where I'm like, I thought he was canceled though. Hi, Walter.
I think he was, but now he's yeah, but I think he's uncanceled now.
He committed an actual hate crime. Although he says it wasn't had nothing to do with he like beat up that Asian guy.
Oh, I didn't know that.
And then the people think that he blinded him, but he wasn't. He already didn't have sight in that eye.
Oh wow!
You know how I know that?
Yeah,
from Doughboys.
Oh, okay. I just think of Mark Wahlberg and my now husband's father, who was closeted until he was in college, was always obsessed with Mark Wahlberg and always had a photo in his bathroom, still does.
What, didn't your ex-husband used to play golf with Mark Wahlberg?
No. My brother
plays with Donnie Wahlberg.
Correct. And now his neighbors are Jenny and Donnie.
Oh, sounds loud. It sounds like Meri and Jen doing pottery over in that house, I bet.
Oh, God, I can't wait for that.
Spoiler for later.
Hey, you watched a show, right, that just came on called The Apprentice?
Yeah, Jody was like telling me to watch something, and I'm like, I'm watching The Apprentice, and she's like, what? I'm like, yeah, I don't think it's that crazy. It's a current movie.
I thought you were watching like the throwback seasons of The Apprentice. Like you and your man were just gonna binge some Bill Rancic, and I was like, wow, sounds like fun. But it's not. This is a movie.
I love The Apprentice. I would totally love to watch The Apprentice because I liked Donald Trump on that. He's very funny. Anyway, okay. I saw this.
Is this in theaters or what is this?
I got it on Amazon Prime for like $5.
Oh, so it was in theaters.
I think it's probably still in theaters. He's nominated for Sebastian Stan is nominated for an Oscar for it.
Oh.
And then that girl from Marina Bakalova or whatever, the one from that Borat movie, it plays Ivana.
Oh, okay.
So I took notes, a couple notes about this. Jeremy Strong is in it, and he plays Roy Cohn. Okay, first of all, I don't think anyone needs to see this. It's really fucking boring.
I was just going to say, is this worth a watch?
Biopic. The reason to see this is the performance is very good. I always appreciate a performance where it's more nuanced and it's not just a full Donald Trump impression, because Donald Trump is much more of a caricature of himself than he was back in the 80s. The very 80s. I'm impressed with the casting of this, especially. I must have lost my notes, but I'm really impressed with the casting because everyone they cast looked very 80s. The costuming is very good, and the way they portrayed New York, and the style and the setting was really good. But again, it was just a very highly produced biopic. But another thing, Jeremy Strong is nominated for his maybe he's nominated for another movie, but he was nominated for this for a whole bunch of other awards. He's really he's amazing. And there's something, and I really noted that there's something about Jeremy Strong that is I would be so attracted to. That fucking so much talent, but just it's very it's like a Bob Fosse situation.
Is he in this photo?
Yeah, he's the one in the background there.
Okay.
Succession.
Oh, okay.
You've probably seen him on all the award circuits lately. He wore that fuzzy hat to the Golden Globes. Remember, he wore that turquoise suit with a fuzzy hat. No. Anyway, he was so good. But yeah, there's something where I know that guy, just brooding and just takes it so grumpy. I love a grumpy guy.
Because we can change them. We can cheer you up.
Me. So I'm
exactly.
I was so into Jeremy Strong and Sebastian Stan. I feel like people didn't want to watch this because they thought that it was painting Trump in a good light. It really didn't. It painted him as just more like almost not autistic, more just like not non-empathetic. Like I don't really give a fuck about anyone else. Like at one point he just like he falls out of love with Ivana because he's over it. And he's like, I'm not into you anymore. And I want to move on. It was just very like, this is my driven goal. I want to be succussual. And it all boils down to daddy issues. It turns out I
don't know about that.
Here. There's a moment too where he's at the party and Roy Cohn is having like this orgy in this room and Donald Trump like stumbles upon it. And there's a moment where he sees it and then he like turns away from the door. And there's a really good acting moment there where he's just kind of processing what he just saw. I was like, I was just trying to point out, like, I liked his performance. I didn't find Trump empathetic, but you're kind of like, all right, the 80s was gritty.
But not worth watching necessarily.
I mean, I really blew through this thing. It's kind of more about Roy. It's about his relationship with Roy Cohn. Oh, but they almost wrote the whole thing in reverse because the whole structure of the entire movie is at the beginning, he like hires Roy Cohn and there's this whole, sequence where Roy's like, I got 3 rules of business. And then it's him in different circumstances, like telling Trump the different rules. So it's almost like they took his like presidency and wrote those rules like in reverse, like never admit defeat, never like always be aggressive, just shit like this. So I almost feel like they're like trying to explain this. It doesn't even seem like it's really on his side. I wouldn't recommend it. It's not like amazing, but there's 2 great acting performances in there, if you like that.
Well, you know me, I like to stick to reality. So
a show that no one watches except for the 2 of us, but we're going to cover it again.
Love is Blind. It is starting on Valentine's Day, and it's what I will be watching. And you better too. I mean, come on. Like, it's just such a... Well, let me just say this. Love is Blind, first 2 episodes are always like, I feel like the show is better than I remember it because it's all them just in these weird pods. You don't really know anyone. Everyone's talking to each other. You have no, you're not invested in anyone, but it always does take off. And I always ended up enjoying it. So I will be watching new season on Valentine's Day. And there's another show that I think everyone should watch on Netflix. If you haven't, go and watch it. So I feel like this chick is all of our senses of humor. I looked her up. She does have a podcast, but it's on like SVU or something. But there is a stand-up, a comedian. She's got a special on Netflix. I didn't see the first half. I walked in the second half and I was laughing the entire time. It's spelled Liza, Liza, but she pronounces it Liza Trayger, Treyger, Night Owl. It's a stand-up special on Netflix. So fucking funny. She talks about like reality TV and just her sense of humor goes kind of blue and she's self-deprecating. If anyone knows anything else that like she's in, tell me. Oh, good. Stitch and Bitch. You love her. She's always on Caleb Heron's. Oh, I didn't know that.
Oh, we were just Caleb Heron the other day.
Oh my God. I'm so glad everyone is watching this. Oh, Florida's telling me to watch too. He is so like laugh out loud funny. Again, I missed the first half, so I can't speak to that, but the second half of her special was so funny. Easy watch. She's super likable. I really love her.
Comedy.
Yes. So fun. I did look at her website and it's absolutely like how you and I would keep a website. Like 2 of the links don't work at all. Like girl is on Netflix. Like she should be blown up. She's so funny.
An ADHD, like it's our TikTok is an ADHD moment. We have like both had like manic episodes with our TikTok and then we're like, and we're done with that.
Yeah. Also want to throw out this plug again. I will keep saying this every single week because you guys need to be watching Pop Culture Jeopardy on Prime with Colin Jost. last couple episodes. Don't even binge it from the beginning. Just like watch the last set of 3. I think they do like 3 new ones every week. He gets funnier and funnier. People on the show get funnier and funnier.
Well, guess what, Jody? I watched the last 2 episodes.
You did?
I did. The one with the Sex and the City category.
But no one got the category. And he's like, you guys.
I was very aware that the questions were written by millennials. And it's just, there's moments that come up every so often where I'm like, I am in an older there is a younger generation that has taken over at this point. And like,
yes,
wild. They didn't know some of these things. Like, it just doesn't compute to me.
Well, you can see some of the teams that are like our age, and then some of the teams that are like mix of 20 and 30s, like the 20s and 30s, the things they know and don't know.
Yeah, but I don't even
you think Colin's getting comfortable?
Well, I didn't see him like one before, but yeah, he's doing great. I hope that this is a regular, like, recurring show.
I think like we need a show like this. Jacob, I don't know if I'm a Jost stan, but he actually did. I have to give him credit because there are things that come up about his wife, ScarJo, and I don't know if you caught it, Amanda, but this whole Blake and Justin thing. He made a crack at that, which is very big considering that his wife was married to Ryan Reynolds, and Ryan Reynolds cheated on her with Blake Lively, and he made an intimacy coordinator, like a 2-sided joke in an episode. I was like, that's awfully big of him to be able to do that.
But yeah, do you think that that's like actually good? I don't even know if it's like a generational thing. I think it's more just like a type of person, because I feel like everyone in our circle, and I mean like everyone watching here too, I feel like all of us, however old we are like we just are in, we obsess over the same certain things. So we kind of know specific old references, like just pop culture.
We get excited about things.
Yeah.
Sure.
You know, I wanted to bring up, I'm glad I remembered this. Somebody messaged, or somebody maybe made a comment or a post on our Facebook. And like, sometimes if it's a new person, I'll like click on their profile and just be like, oh, here's like what is this? What's the deal with this person? And whoever posted it was like in her 70s. And my first thought was like, well, first I was like, oh, like immediately I was like, oh no, like we curse so much. But then my next thought was, that just means that I could be cool in my 70s. We don't all need to be like lame in our 70s. We can be like funny.
Oh,
we can keep our same weirdo personalities. All right.
I hope we're like funny older ladies. I would love that.
Well, whenever a TikTok comes up with like a couple sassy bitches, salty birches, if you will, everyone always loves them.
Cannot wait to talk about that. So, hey, speaking of some salty birches, let's talk some housewives. Salt Lake City, Beverly Hills. Are you watching either, please?
No, but you know what? I did, while I was doing Instacart this weekend, I listened to reality TV Cringe, which I've mentioned only a time this week, but everyone should listen to it. And Corey and Carly on a loop. And Corey and Carly covered the Traitors and Salt Lake City. And so like I kind of got caught up on both of those just based on them. I'm like, that's so much easier to pay attention to that instead of actually focusing in real time.
Yeah.
So I do kind of know what happened in this last episode.
Okay, so Salt Lake City, here are all of their reunion looks. Andy Cohen, get out. I can't with like this pose here, like, ooh, I'm just chilling. He is doing like a little toe point with one of his toes. He's got like the knee bent. He's posing like, oh, I just get a crooked smile and a little wonky eye. Bronwyn, a lot of people do not like her. I still like her. I don't think this was a great reunion look for her, but you know.
Oh, it was a lot. Because Heather
makeup was not right for her.
This way on the couch, like the whole time.
I
think like it was probably like the dress was right.
Heather's got her like Ozempic pose, which get it. I would be doing exactly the same thing if I were her. Heather
Whitney
did something. With her.
Whitney was like faced away because she was next to Bronwyn. So Whitney was like as far away from her as possible because the dress was taking up so much space.
Yeah, we are just completely covering Meredith's face, but doesn't matter because she's disengaging. I am done. Lisa, I can't stand Lisa. Never have. Never will.
I go back and forth.
Angie K, I think, is holding her own. She's not my favorite, but she's holding her own in a way that a lot of women can't. And Meri needs to go. Why is Bravo forgetting that she was a leader in a cult?
Yeah.
She stole money from people just like Jen Shaw did.
She'll call you fat immediately. She will introduce herself calling you fat.
Yeah, I don't like it at all. I think Meri absolutely needs to go. Oh my gosh. Okay, thank you, Brianna. Anya Galunkel. I'm calling you Galunkel. Yeah, Heather's teeth was doing something, and I was gonna say, I don't know if she like did something to like this part looks like she was sucking it in and like biting on her cheeks. Like,
yeah.
Everything looks harsh and we just need to relax it. Relax the Ozempic face. And Meredith, I think she can go. I think Meredith and Meri can go. Unfortunately, I think we need Lisa, even though I think she's a raging narcissist. And I like Bronwyn. Angie K, Whitney, Now, Beverly Hills. Are you clueless on Beverly Hills right now?
Yes.
You got to jump in. I would say
I don't think.
No, honestly, anyone who's even never watched Beverly Hills,
really?
into the season, I think it's so good.
Like now,
because
can I just jump?
Yes,
right in and go back.
Yes.
Right.
Kathy Hilton is making some appearances, and she is so rich and so jaded and so out on another planet. And I find her she's entertaining to watch, but I do think she's like a horrible human being. But I love this like Dorit versus Kyle thing going on. Where Dorit's like, I'm seeing you for who you are, and it's your turn to have to be open and honest, but also like Dorit's full of shit too. I love a Garcelle moment. I love a Bose moment. Erica is in this sweet spot for her somehow, even though
I've
she really should still be a villain, but she's doing great. And Sutton, I love a fellow hooded eye woman, and I'm just going to follow her, even though I think she too is also a horrible, like she's basically Kathy Hilton, and we're just allowing it to happen. But I love Beverly Hills, and I'll continue watching it forever. Okay. Let me see who else I had to talk about. Oh, okay. I know we're getting so close to Browntown. I just want to know, truly, is anyone watching this? Let me know in the comments. Beast Games, also on Prime.
Is this Mr. Beast?
This is Mr. Beast. Is this what you pictured him to look like? Because I didn't know who or what he was. Okay.
Wasn't he like 13 when he like first started his career? Like, wasn't he like a gamer? Is that what he was?
Yeah, I think so.
We're
like
so
my
new to the
kids,
YouTube community. I don't know any lore about YouTube
the
whatsoever.
20-somethings know about him. It seems like he should be Canadian, but I don't think he is. Okay. This is the weirdest fucking show ever. It is so bizarre. And the only reason, okay, thank you. Okay, Jean's watching it because her kids, yes, everyone's kids are like, yeah, my kids are watching it. They make me watch it. We're watching it because we're in this far. It is the most bizarre setup for a show. Like, I think it started with like 1,000 people or like 500 people. It's crazy. And then it was kind of like a Squid Game thing. Like, people would just like drop out of the game and they would have to do these crazy things. Yeah, he is from North Carolina. There is like something soulless about his persona, which is so confusing to me because he's so famous. Like, you should be charismatic in some way, but he's not. And then this show, it's so bizarre. So they started out with all these people, and now they're narrowing it down to Amanda to like one person who's going to win like 5 million or 10 million or $1 million. But the whole premise of this show is that everyone is just known by a number, just like on Squid Game. But then by the end of the game, they're like, 723 and 139. Are they going to make it to the end? They're like, hey, what's your name? 432. And so it's like, are we supposed to be invested in these people, but we don't know what their names are? So now we're supposed to care. And they're all like trading money and buying each other off, where it's like, I feel like this guy.
The guy from Growing Up Polygamy was on there. Do you ever watch that show or listen to it?
No.
You probably know what they are. It's like the couple where he used to be like AUB. I think actually maybe they both were.
Okay.
But he like Sister Wives episodes too.
Also, I think one of the guys from Come Dine With Me on some season of Some City was on it. It's just such a weird show. I hope they can streamline and really clean up the process of it, because some of it is really bizarre. But okay, so it sounds like just kids are watching it. I don't know why he's a big deal. I thought I was going to like get it.
I won't. Yeah, I won't. There's no way I'll jump into that now. But for next week, I plan on watching the Joe Schmo show. But I saw in the comments right when like our intro was playing, somebody's like, "Oh, Meet the Baldwins," and I was like, "Oh yeah, like just Sunday, yesterday."
I don't know if I can do it. Well,
babe, you know what? We don't do this podcast for ourselves. We do it for all of these beautiful people, and we're gonna suffer.
Are you guys watching the Baldwins? Oh God.
I think it'll be so fun. I mean, let's just do the first episode at least. If it's like not even, if you can't even really make fun of it, then we're doing it.
Oh God. I feel like I don't even want to give them a view. You know what? Okay, listen, if it comes up on TikTok and something spurs my interest, I'll be that much open to it.
Well, I think
Ilaria.
How do you say cucumber?
How do you say cucumber?
Okay. I don't give a shit about the Baldwins either, but like,
okay, what about Traitors?
Yeah, Traitors. Guys, I'm not watching this, but I'm kind of caught up because of Corey and Carly's.
Okay.
Reality.
Okay, well, have you heard anything about Boston Rob in this latest episode?
I mean, are we doing spoilers? It's enough. It's been enough time, right?
I think it's been enough time.
Okay, well, he got
he's hot.
What?
I think he said he's hot.
No, I said he got eliminated.
Oh, okay.
So
everyone is saying that he's hot because in this one challenge they had to. It was kind of like a fear factor where two contestants had to like hold hands, and in this box they're dumping like slugs and centipedes and spiders and like bugs and maggots and worms, and they're dumping stuff on them. And his partner, he was just looking at her and he's like, "No, I got you. We're just gonna stay calm. I got you, girl. Just stay here. You can do this." He's like being like super. And I did go on TikTok and people were like, "Oh, Boston Rob, like talk to me like that, baby." Like he's every zaddy being like, "I got you, girl." So
totally toxic.
I thought that was funny. Oh yeah, exactly. Yeah. Like
that's why we're attracted to him.
But it's very much like, I'm so tiny and I Boston Rob to hold my hand so the bugs don't.
Is it true that Tom Sandoval's kind of like somehow like
Amanda? I texted you and Justine, like I am watching Traitors and Sandoval is so stupid and so funny. It inspired me. We are gonna watch. We're gonna binge Vanderpump Rules because just the dumb look on his face all the time. And somehow, Amanda, what you would love about it is somehow Sandoval stumbles and accidentally makes his way into being correct.
He fails upward.
He's guessed like the last two people right out the gate, and everyone's like, "Yo, okay, Tom."
He could totally win the whole thing. He could just accidentally win because he's everyone.
Like, "No, you guys, it's got to be Rob."
You would never think he's a threat.
Coked out eyes.
Yeah, I think if he wins, it'll be just by beginner's luck completely. But I think it's a good possibility.
Completely by accident, and everyone brushes him off because he's so stupid. But he's the only one because he's just being simply stupid. And
I have a question. Great. How come you are not leaning more into the fact that Carolyn's last name is Weiger? You've like never said that. You've never pointed that out to me as a piece of information I might care about.
Maybe because Carolyn is basically, she talks like Cheyenne and everything. Like she has a vocal modulation disorder.
She's very twitchy. She reads as like someone who did like a lot of acid maybe in her teens. And now
she did. She's like a drug counselor or something. Yeah.
She's likable. She's super charismatic. I'd be friends with her.
But I think there is some sort of like she's like low tone, or like her body is very like awkward and tall and lanky in her voice. She's real goofy.
Maybe
she would make me very nervous to be a partner because she seems very loosey-goosey.
Yeah.
Danielle, though, sucks. If you're not watching it, you won't know who she is, but Danielle's just like awful. I hate that she's a traitor and has
starts with too many people. I wish it started with like 10 people total, and then I think I'd be able to be more into it.
Also, there's like a royal, some dude there. I forgot his name. He's like a cousin of Prince Harry, and then also Sam Ashgari. Yeah. He's just like working out and walking around.
Britney Spears' book, like her autobiography, ends with it really. Did you listen to her audiobook or did you read her book?
Yes, I did listen to it.
I feel like the way her book is super. I love her book. Jessica Simpson's better, but it really kind of peters out at the end because it doesn't know where to end, and it ends with her just kind of really quickly explaining away, like, yeah, I love to dance naked because I just love to dance, and it's like, all right. But she's like, me and Sam are great. He's just the greatest husband. And it just really kind of fizzles out on the end where it's like,
I don't know if Sam has a soul. Like, I think he's just like a person. He's not bad. He's not like soulless mean. He's just like he's beige. He's just there.
Oh.
He's just
I dated a beige guy recently.
He and Ivar are just like chilling. They're playing the games. They're following the rules. They're there.
But it looks like there's still like 26 people left. Like and I don't know many of them. So maybe I'll jump in at the end. If Sandoval keeps remaining in there, sure, maybe I'll tune in.
God, he's so stupid. Just watch for him. Just the way he's got these beady little eyes and the gap between his teeth. Looking around.
11 seasons of Vanderpump Rules. I know his tricks. Oh, that's it.
That's it. It is time for Browntown. Let's do this.
My God. I accidentally deleted this today, and then I almost lost my mind, but I did find it. That's how I found the Tyler dick swinging picture.
Okay.
Browntown. Everything's waiting for poo.
Hey there, New York Times fans. Just want to see if anyone else caught this strands. Elf Center. There was Pixie and Fairy in there. Just like how Cody thinks of Christine.
Okay.
I'm telling, like, Sister Wives infiltrates every single part of my life. It's the first thing I was like, oh, Pixie, Fairy, that's Christine, Cody. I thought you would really enjoy this and appreciate that.
Well, I did my fair share of watching Sister Wives this weekend too. As we know, I'm in the recent episodes, and you guys, now look, I don't think that we all look back on this most previous season 18, and like that seemed way too close to even go back and rewatch, but it was coming up and I'm like, I got nothing else to watch. Let me watch this. Season 18, like last season, is also so good and so fascinating and so crazy. Like, it is wild to watch because it's so close up to what it is. So like we're like the stuff we're watching now, like season 19 happened so close after season 18. So it's just informing so much shit. So can you read me though the things that I put on this list here? The first thing I think was I wanted to point this out, that the very first Sister Wives clip I ever watched, this is when you were posting stuff on the Orchard of Snark Facebook group.
Okay.
And somebody posted a clip when that Murder Tarp anniversary where they that episode aired. And I specifically and we had just started like becoming like started doing crossovers.
Okay.
And I remember you mentioning Sister Wives a couple times, but like, so somebody posted the clip of like them going on this date, like a sneak peek of what's coming up. And I remember watching it and being like, this is crazy. Like this is crazy. And then I mentioned it to you and you were like, oh yeah, I think I saw that. And I remember thinking that was wild. And now I just find that so interesting because that wouldn't have shocked you at that moment. It just was kind of like, yeah, this is Cody and Robin's relationship. But for someone who knew nothing, seeing that out of context was crazy. I think we're all so desensitized.
Like, oh yeah, Cody hates Meri. He's always trying to get rid of her.
Oh, I think I was like, I remember, like, I was explaining it to you, and you're like, oh yeah, well, I mean, I think Meri. Yeah, I mean, if it's Meri, that sounds about right. And you were so unaffected by this, and I'm like, but it's his wife. And I'm like, are they married? You're like, they're kind of married, but not really. And I'm like, what? And I just think at that point, you were just like, yeah, that's just, what is it? Another Tuesday.
Yeah. That's Cody.
Wild. Now, I wrote a couple of things in here, things that happened in season 18. One of them is the Cody and Nathan. I think when we were watching last year, we were all so excited and the adrenaline was up. So we're not really focused on things. But now going back, you can sit with it. That scene where Cody and Nathan are driving together is nuts. It is an unhinged conversation. Like, really. You don't
I should go back and rewatch it.
Crazy it was. Like, he's just really like, and Nathan like you can tell Nathan's like, whoa, dude. And he's trying to kind of guide
a lot for him.
Like he's trying, and Cody's like, dude, well, Nathan's like, I had a lot of dark thoughts too. And Cody's like, tell me now. And Nathan's like, I just don't think it's going to do anyone any like good to, like our deepest, darkest thoughts don't need to be said out loud. And Cody, like,
and my wives will see this in about 2 years.
Wife.
Right.
Like Cody, the shit that he's saying, like he is so upset. He cannot stop bringing up Christine. He's bringing after him and Janelle are finally meeting at Salsa Brava. He's going on about Chris. The second he brings up Christine's name, Janelle's face just goes. And then Cody continues bitching, and Janelle's just like, I can't speak on that. I don't know. She's like, he's been bitching about this for 6 months. I'm sick of hearing about Christine. So funny how Christine like upset him so much.
No, he's so happy that she's married and met the love of her life. He doesn't care. He doesn't bother him at all.
And that fight between him and Janelle is just, it's wild and abusive. And it's like Janelle is never
good.
And then I'm gonna get my hot water and drop it into the sink. Janelle's biggest queen moment is when he leaves and then she turns around and she goes, shut it down.
Yes.
And then the camera goes like this. Another couple of points I have on there is where Robin is having this full fucking, like, she's getting, like, it's the real Robin coming out in a talking head where she's referencing that everyone got together with the Airbnb. Like, the whole family got the Airbnb except for her and her awful kids. And she's like, doesn't even matter. I don't even care if you get like a really nice house and you do all these things and you make buns and rolls. It just doesn't even matter. He's mad, like pissed, and having she's having like
it's not about where you have it. It's not about where you have everything put together. Because you're jealous they're at an Airbnb.
Yeah. Because she's trying to act glib and more generalized. She's trying to be more general in saying like, oh, it doesn't matter if you do all the stuff. But then
she's trying to make us jealous. It doesn't matter. I don't need the roles.
She starts focusing just on them and starts naming specific things about them. And I'm like,
I hope Ariola's like, I want those roles.
I'm actually watching a lot of this in more of a vein of is Ariola being like treated horribly? Because actually there's a lot of little tidbits that come up, especially when Cody's self-filming, where I could view it as like she's treated very badly in that house and it's treated as like flowers in the attic, like children are meant to be like seen, not heard. Because they're constantly
I'm gonna go this far. Since birth, they haven't even told her it's time to go to bed now, Ariola. So I'm gonna bet she does whatever the fuck she wants in that house. And the only time they say anything, which is why she doesn't listen and is like, what? Is in front of the cameras. Much like Leah does on Teen Mom when she tells her daughter to use the wheelchair. And she's like, what the fuck you talking about, bitch? I haven't even seen a wheelchair since I was 4.
Nope.
I think Ariola does the same thing. Like, wait, what?
Sure.
Like, they're not telling her what to do. All of a sudden the cameras come around and they're afraid that people are going to talk like we do. And they're like, you just hit the car. Or they put her on a leash. Like when they moved.
Well, I have no problem with
the flag 7.
I think that's so dumb. People even get mad about that. You're protecting your child from running away. Kelly, get down. But the really, really grim thing is
the dog's like on the drapes.
Whatever. My Auntie Debbie is 2 houses down painting the apartment. because it's vacated. So she's painting that one, the whole thing.
God,
I had to help her pull some rods off the wall the other day. The other really grim thing is that, you know how Cody is so upset about them all spending Christmas together. But afterward, he's like, you know, I really think I did handle the whole thing with Gabe and Garrison wrong. And he's like, I know that we can just get together and talk and we can work it out, but I'm just not ready yet. There'll be other Christmases. And I was like, woof, it was rough. And they couldn't have edited that because obviously that happened before it happened. So that was very grim. So my heart went out to him in that moment because he's like, well, there'll be more Christmases. There'll be other Christmases.
Yeah. Well, that's what everyone tells themselves, but God, that really is sad. Real quickly, I did see this photo on Reddit as we're going through before we talk about Christine's big news. I saw this and I love that we all appreciate just really inspecting what's going on Cody's head. These two little patches. I know there's been lore about how he just got the hair system right where those two horns are. I don't think he got a hair system. I think he's just hanging on. I mean,
I don't think he got a hair system.
There is nothing. It is two horn
area.
It's
starting to, there's a part down here too that's coming.
Yeah, like it's going
split this way. Horizontally.
Like it is a maze on top of his head. The only choice he has now is to shave it down, buzz it all the way down.
Yeah, just the two things.
It's disgusting.
He needs to go to like that guy on TikTok they'll always be like guys before their wedding where he's like, he convinces them to do like he'll shave their head and then he'll do like some fade with their beard and they always like a million. If Cody could just go to somebody who like could be like, here's how good you could look.
I want to watch that. I've seen on TikTok, it's like some sort of, I forgot what country it's in, but they do like a haircut face thing and they like wax the dude's like ears and nose and they like rip it out. Oh, it's so satisfying. I don't know why I love that, but I do. Just the thought of like a man getting like all his gross body hair ripped out. I really enjoy that. But let's talk about Christine. She's got some good news. Look at this queen. Look.
She posted a story of just a bunch of ill-fitting clothes. She looks great, gorgeous, but just like this outfit, I'm like, oh my God.
I liked what they were going for, but not the right look.
It's just not fitted. I think it just needs, she needs a healer.
Yeah, she needs the right undergarments. That's what I think is going on here.
Yeah.
She needs to get fitted for a good bra.
Done recently. But
I think she just needs a really good bra, lift them up, because then we would see probably like a little tiny waist. The red actually looks, I'm glad she went with the red. As you and we would never go with a bold red like this, but it looks so
Janelle
good
who looks good in literally everything. Also Christine made some shrimp dip for the Super Bowl yesterday.
Shrimp dip?
Yeah. Like a cream cheese, cheddar cheese. It's like a buffalo chicken dip with the shrimp in there. I feel like Christine really loves the Super Bowl now because David loves the Super Bowl. But here's a little video from Christine. I just actually think it's kind of cute, so I'll play it. It's only 30 seconds.
I have a book coming out. Its release date is September 16th. You can pre-order it on Amazon right now. It's called Sister Wife, and it's about me growing up in polygamy, living polygamy, the show Sister Wives, leaving, finding David, and I'm really, really proud of it. It's behind the scenes. It's the gritty. It's crazy, but you can use the link below, click on it, and pre-order your copy today. I'm so excited.
Oh,
I am so excited for her. Get that money. I am pre-ordering. I am getting that book. I can't wait.
Do you know what I was thinking today? I think that Janelle, Meri, and Christine should put out crowdfunding to just sue Cody and like here's the end goal. Sue Cody and Robin and keep them in court long enough that they're bankrupt. Don't you think they could so easily do that by being like, we don't really have we don't plan to win. We just want to keep suing them and drain their money. Don't you think they would make the money in a day? A day. I would I would donate $500 of my money to fix my car toward that.
Yeah, if they were to go on, if the two of them together or apart, but together's always, double the power, and be like, are there any forensic accountants out there who will,
Do you know how many people would volunteer? Hundreds.
Do it. I would absolutely throw in some money to the pot to get that done for them.
And because I think that a lot of the reason we all love Sister Wives is a lot of us have been scorned by horrible men. We've met a lot of narcissists. We've had a narcissistic abuse. And so a lot of this is just like good for our souls, like to see somebody like getting what's coming to them. Don't you think, wouldn't you guys all like do anything you could? Look how many people are doing it for free already on Reddit.
$1. If everyone who watched the show,
everyone who hated Cody,
done.
They'd be set just to keep them in court. Just drain it. Just frivolous lawsuit after frivolous lawsuit.
They're gonna have to do something, because he will owe Christine back child support at the very least. If she's been gone a year or two and he hasn't paid anything, like, he will be responsible for it.
And you know what that'll do is that's going to force Cody and Robin to stay on the show and probably take a pay cut, because they're at the full mercy. Because as we're seeing, Christine has a book, Meri's doing the Sweet Symposium, Janelle has her t-shirt line, and Tato Farms. They don't have any side hustles. They don't even do Instacart or dog walking. They don't do jack shit. So they only make that money, TLC money, and I guess pew pew money.
And the judge is only going to be looking at how many minor children Cody and Robin have at home. It doesn't matter that they have like a 22-year-old whatever, or so, and I mean, they have 2 kids.
Oh, yeah.
So there you go. I mean, he's fucked, and I can't wait for it.
I know, I can't wait either.
I would love. Let's see. Brooke says, sorry. I was just
Go ahead.
No. Okay, so we had Christine with her book. God, I would love if she just.
Are you deleting all that?
Massive bank. Yeah, I know you have to put some.
I can't wait, and it gives us content, Jody. We'll put that on our Patreon or something.
Yep.
I have a couple of ideas coming up.
So, do we want to talk about Janelle, or do we want to talk about this Etsy thing with?
Let's do Etsy. So you see those at the bottom there.
Okay, gotcha.
Okay, so this is hot off the presses, but this is so funny. The lore of this is just that in that episode where Meri gray rocked the shit out of Robin, and Robin gave her that the dream journal,
her junk
journal, Cody. She gave her, and then all of it. That's it. Was just handing over, and then somebody out there was like, well, it's probably from Etsy. So they found Robin on Etsy.
Again, why? They just need to be like, hey, anyone know a good forensic accountant? Boom. I mean, like, you would have the entire backup of a world behind.
And guys, let us know in the comments I am going off of just the general but I did go and pull, because you can still go to her.
Okay, so what happened? So people were like, she must have gotten that on Etsy.
And they went to her favorited stores. And I think you can see purchase history. I didn't know any of that. But Robin immediately made her shit private, which just shows that she's watching this shit go down online. So what
did people find that Robin is into on Etsy? Supporting local fart, right?
That, but also American Girl dolls. These are because you can still look at Robin's shit. You can look at her favorites, her most frequented stores, and stores that she tagged to come back later. And guys, again, give us more information in the things. I know very little, but these are just things. And I always love to think that the ones that say sold were actually just Robin.
Yeah.
Because she's a shopping addict. Nothing
shopaholic.
She's a shopaholic. It's just all about that dopamine rush. She doesn't even open them. I'm sure a bunch of these are still in their
in boxes. Yep.
All of these
collectibles, Cody.
And then here's some other one. It's just all this castle looking things. This is the set of the Traitors.
Yeah, miniatures. She's into the little miniatures, authentic reproductions of.
But her aesthetic is very old castle, like
dowdy
rich,
and
rich.
like
yes.
from her
As
house
long
to
as
her
it looks
clothes
expensive.
to her American Girl dolls.
Yeah, just like, oh, it's just, my God. And one of these, I circled this one up at the top here because it just,
okay, why did she buy that? Let's say it in 3, 2, 1. She bought it because
I don't know.
Looks like Aurora.
Yes, okay, that is what I was going to say, but I didn't know if you were going to go there too.
Yeah, like a scary doll version, a cuter doll version.
This doll, which is sold probably by Robin, emulates the exact energy, I think, coming out of the She-Ra Chateau at all times. Just like scared,
big-eyed, like,
yeah, like Mary Lennox in a Secret Garden.
Speak. Like, that is bizarre for a grown woman to be.
We're burying the lead here because
what's that?
I think somebody added up like all her purchases and it was like hundreds of thousands.
It was tens of thousands of dollars on doll clothes. And I think that was from purchases. That wasn't even like things she liked, things she had actually purchased.
Oh my God, Callie. Sit down.
It was doll clothes, doll furniture. Yeah. No need for this.
2024 was over 30K.
What was?
2024 calendar year.
$1,000 on Etsy. Doll clothes. Not
I don't think Ariella even likes American Girl dolls. She seems more like tomboyish, honestly, than anything. This is all for Robin. This is Robin's stuff. Or Aurora. I mean, probably Aurora too. I watched a video of somebody on TikTok just talking about Aurora. It's someone I'd never seen before. And she was just maybe it was just Nikki Haverstock. And she just kept bringing up, she's like, Aurora, there's something wrong with her. There's something wrong. No 22-year-old acts like that. There's something wrong. She's stunted. There's something weird about that girl.
Yeah, how Robin raised all of them. It's very
more than Brianna. There's something really going on.
Yeah, $30,000. I'd even spend $30,000 on my last car. Yeah, exactly. That's a tuition. That is, a down payment on a home, for Christ's sake.
Back surgery.
On doll clothes.
That's my yearly
doll.
Rent. Yeah. On dolls that she
clothes for yourself. Not even clothes for yourself. Some like sick wardrobe on a doll.
I mean, I empathize as a fellow addict, so I get like the rush of, and I also like am really bad with my money. But I do always make sure that my shit is paid for before I start pissing away my money. And Cody and Robin just never have done that. They never actually pay. I'm sure their bills are just constantly like 3 months late. It's always they're always paying installments. They're just kind of throwing money toward like larger amounts.
Well, Janelle probably was doing like all the bills and utilities. Like they probably came, they threw him Janelle's way. Janelle probably paid the utilities on time, like kind of like those main things. And Cody and Robin are probably just like, oh, credit card, pay minimum payment, credit card, pay minimum payment. Oh, we'll get miles. Like they probably in their mind justify things because they get miles or cash back or, whatever it is that Robin is justifying it, that they think they're actually getting a deal.
But I mean, again, I love it. And please use this, Janelle, Christine, and Meri. Use us psychos out here that are doing this work for you for free.
Yep. Okay, so let's see what else we had. Oh, do we go down the list, all of these different ones?
Yeah, I kind of just put them up as we went.
Okay.
So gotcha. We're good with all those. You can get rid of them.
All right. Okay, so let me go back up our list here. We got a lot in Browntown today, guys. What is Janelle up to? I know you sent this one. Janelle, what's that? Oh, I can't see you, Janelle. That's Janelle, right? Because we just see her.
Oh my God, I love her. I'd love to think that she actually watches our show and is like, I'm just going to give them what they want.
Yeah. So this is Janelle took a selfie
up
just her eyes. Oh, all the way up close.
I'm just going to grab my water from this other room. I'll be right back.
And she said, infrared sauna time again. The best thing someone told me when I'm first started was it takes a few sessions for your body to get on track. So stay consistent. Also, I started, And I'm still doing, space, a beginner session, lower temp and shorter time. I love it.
I love it, which is the last part of this whole thing. No punctuation on the end. It's like an edge.
I love her.
Do you want to know more about the sauna? Because she
Oh, I do.
Later she posted another picture of the sauna. In case anyone didn't believe her. Here it is. And this is in the same room, but I'm just too chicken to try it. Who does cold plunges?
Yes or no?
I didn't click on that one. I wonder if people
maybe like, okay, so again, this is where Janelle went to that Plexus conference, the LuLaRoe, and they said, Amanda, everything is content. Everything is content. They just like drilled it into everyone's head, and Janelle really took that to heart. Anything is content. Now, what I think she could have done to punch this up is like, explain to us, Janelle, what is that? Oh, the cold plunge I'm going to try sometime is for circulation and inflammation and something. But no. This is in the room. Anyone done?
I'm like, what is that? It looks like another sauna. It looks like a pool, like a jacuzzi of some kind.
Yeah, and also in my mind, I like the idea of like a little float plunge thing, but I know people are peeing and there's boogers and there's farts in there. I'm not going in their booger water. Not doing it. Not doing it. Not floating in someone else's water with their body germs and.
Well, sticking with Janelle's trend of up close pictures, what's this?
Oh.
Okay, she's
wow.
Grandkids today wearing my Teflon Queen shirt. Get yours today at janellesays.com unless you live in Canada.
Oh, yeah, I have my next one I'm going to be wearing next week. I wanted to wear my heart for Valentine's Day this week. Now, question. Janelle, we've said we think Janelle is gorgeous, right? And I believe, was it last week, Monday, or on some episode record last week, you asked me, because we were talking about like the men we are with. Yeah. Like, what do they think of the sister wives? Mm-hmm. You know, like, do they think, does your guy think Janelle is the prettiest or the hottest, or Robin?
What do you think? Tell us in the comments, guys. Engage. Like, let us know, everyone actually now, or, you know, come back and leave a comment later. What order do your husbands or, you know, significant others give?
So this is, and we went through kind of like, you know, our rundown, and I was telling Adam how we talked about this, and he's like, yeah, but you guys say, he's like, I feel like you guys are like, oh, we're feminists. We have to be like, oh, Janelle, because we like her the best and whatever. And like, no. And he did have a good question, which may change this a little bit for you. Okay. He said, instead of thinking, oh, which sister wife is like the prettiest or the most beautiful or whatever, you got to think like how a dude would. And it's, which wife would you go down on? Because I do think it changes it. See, I don't think we would say Janelle.
I might go down on Meri first, because I feel like it's just nothing has gone on down there. It's like...
like a ghost town.
Yeah, like I feel like she just like takes a 1 hour scalding hot bath every night and then just lays down like this. It doesn't move. And just like,
yeah, like I think it does change the game when you think about it.
Like jeans on Meri though, it's got to be pretty.
That's smart. What I said. I'm like, no, it wouldn't be Meri, because I think because it is a ghost town down there. I think Christine is probably like, Christine's going to give you a good time. Although then we're discussing how Christine is probably very performative. Like, she's loud because she thinks that's what she's supposed to do. Like how she was kissing David at the wedding, where she was like, with like her arms, like trying to do a.
Oh, Meri. Remember when that guy last week told me to be quiet, to not make noise?
Oh.
It's hard, okay? I can't just go all night. I just said I like that.
Yeah, you're like, oh, good job. He's like, oh, what's that supposed to mean?
It's hard, all right. God.
Oh, I think that came up because Amanda and I were talking. I was saying, because you were like, well, David obviously fucks Christine way better than Cody did. But I was like, I don't know. Like, I feel like his knees from years of drywall, he's got to have bad knees. And then you remember that he had a bag back at the wedding.
Yeah.
I don't know. And then I said, oh, but Christine could always like sit on his lap, which we saw
A chair was
during the reception.
For sure.
Yeah, everyone's saying Meri's jeans are too tight.
They're getting looser. Well, no, because now she's just, instead of now she's thin enough to fit into her the skinny jeans, she's just buying even tighter
a sweatshirt. Jeans. Oh, it's just she's still wearing the tight jeans, and then you just wear like a graphic sweatshirt.
Graphic tee, honey. So
because then you look so skinny.
I can't wait to talk about Meri, by the way. Let's finish
yeah. Okay.
Here. Janelle. Oh, also this came out hot off the presses right after our live.
Amazing.
I don't know why I circled time. Oh, I think I read it wrong when it was the joke's on me. But it says it's her holding Knorr KOR KNORR tomato bouillon with, I guess, chicken, but it says magic ingredient for rice. Even the kids eat so much more. We add it almost every time these days, but she put the entire text over the part that says chicken. So all you see is tomato bouillon with.
Or just tomato bouillon. I'm like, tomato bouillon with rice. Like, I mean, I guess.
Well, with chicken. But if this is a magic ingredient, don't you think it's important to show exactly what this product, that text could have gone all the way at the top there for the whole.
Just like that Ed Uri paste that goes on everything. Just pair that Ed Uri paste and some tomato bouillon, and it's chef's kiss.
That was Janelle making curry. Is adding in a spoonful of curry paste.
I've never seen this in my life, though. The tomato bouillon with chicken. Never seen that, but I bet you it is tasty.
Okay, well, what else is going on here? It was Hunter's. Sorry, it was Hunter's birthday this week. So Janelle posted another reel with "Hey, It's Your Birthday" by the Beatles, but the song cuts off after da da hey. Oh no, wait. How does "It's Your Birthday"? Da 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 da. Hey, it's your. And I'm like, you can drag it over so that the song starts at the words.
No, actually. It probably already came up where the song is supposed to be, but she moved it. She's like, oh, that's so silly. It should be at the beginning. Oh.
I don't know why they put it in the middle.
Hey, I got to say it. All together now. Hunter can get it.
Yeah.
Get a little Hunter. Oh, look at Hunter and his flippy floppies.
I mean, so great. Happy birthday to Hunter.
Happy birthday, Hunter.
Please know that he wasn't very welcoming to Robin and Solomon.
Oh, yeah, because he like threw up in his mouth a little bit when his dad said, guess what? In 4 months, Truly's not going to matter anymore because I boned Robin.
Yeah,
and
just 6 weeks ago.
Sad that all the kids weren't excited that he put a baby in.
She's never forgiven Hunter for that. She has carried that Hunter for years. And then when COVID hit and all that shit happened, it was a perfect opportunity for her to get rid of all 3 of the cool boys. Like the her biggest competition.
Oh, because Hunter was getting his what is he like his medical degree at Johns Hopkins, and he like knew about COVID. So now he's a real asshole. Get him out.
Oh God! And in that last season 18, you can tell that the story is clearly going, and he brings up Garrison and Gabe a lot. And there are a few talking heads where like Garrison and Gabe are on the couch together, and it's mostly just Gabe talking, and it's just Garrison looking so upset. It's like, it's a hard watch, but honestly, guys, like, let me know if you are rewatching these most recent seasons because they're fascinating.
Yeah.
Who's next? Meri? Is it Meri?
Meri. Here we go. DeBella DeBall this week.
All right. Well, first she posted some inspirational shit after the episode. You're allowed to start over as many times as you need. Fresh starts aren't failures. I think maybe she's trying to make up for like, no, a worthy up isn't a failure. You'll just restart it. Salty Birches.
Also, you've never had a fresh start in your life because you've never let anything go. You're still talking about him.
The cat and the catfish. The catfish.
Yeah. Oh, that happened to her. Yeah.
Yes, that happened to her. You know, really. So there's this symposium coming up, and I just want you guys to like watch this. It's how long is this? 49 seconds. So it's like an ad she did for the symposium. And then I'm gonna put like the picture of like the symposium thing. And I just want you guys to see how it's 49 seconds of her kind of introducing like the 3 speakers.
Yeah.
By the end of it, you're still not going to know what Where the Up is, but there's a part at the end where they're all supposed to say something at the same time, but they recorded it separately and then tried to edit it together. And it was basically me and Jody trying to do the Salty Birches things without actually being able to listen to each other.
I'll bring that back up.
Here's the video.
I am super excited to invite you to Limitless, a Worthy Up symposium in Las Vegas, Nevada on February 8th. We want you to join us for this powerful and transformative day.
I'll be sharing my own journey of overcoming what I once felt was impossible and how I've worked hard to come into alignment with my own strength and power while working through the things that once seemed overwhelming.
And I'll dive into strategies to help you take control of your goals, whether it's business, relationship, or personal growth.
This event is all about you, breaking through barriers, discovering your full potential, and embracing the possibilities that already lie within yourself.
We can't wait to see you in February. So don't wait. I am
Okay.
Whoa, where did Walmart Leslie Mann come from? Wow.
Yeah, I think from what I'm getting from this is that this is just an AA meeting that everyone has to pay $100 to.
Yeah, can we just be like, yeah, girl.
Here's the actual poster for it. So if you can, there's Jessica Harmon, Robin.
Who's the chick on the right that's coming? She's cute. The one of the
Oh, it says Meri Brown, but it must be a different Meri Brown.
Right. Yeah, it's got to be.
All 3 of the speakers are not, they're like life coaches. No one's certified is what I'm saying.
Okay.
It's just a bunch of people. It's like, it's a therapy group.
Well, since there's limited space available, so it must be because it's all filled up.
I wonder how it went because it was February 8th. So
last we saw, there were 19 people in the Facebook group. So I can only imagine all 19 of them flying out for one day only. They don't even have enough for 2 days. So you're going to fly out to Vegas for a one day only symposium event.
Well, I hope it went well, Meri. I hope you really inspired people to worthy up.
Okay, somehow I know this to be true. I don't know this to be true, but I know this to be true. That there was an impromptu dance party with like a Pharrell Williams. I feel happy. That seems like it'd be very much the vibe.
For sure.
They all sound like
getting delivered in the
happy. Ooh.
But and they're all like laughing, but like the dance is going on longer and longer. Callilicious.
Maybe like a name tag thing, but the only rule is you can't put your real.
Oh my God, there are so many like friendship building events.
Yes, trust falls. Yeah, trust falls. Like you said, trauma bonding. We can all talk about things that. I wonder what Meri would share.
Well, I mean, as far as like the episode I just watched, by the way, is the one where Meri and Robin are talking about like what Christine did has killed Cody's soul. So Meri really, I mean, she is doing better in this current season, but she really threw Christina under the bus through all of season. Me and Robin are the only ones who seem to even want this family back together. So as far as I know, I don't think Meri would even share anything about Cody.
No, in fact, I bet you they do they have to sign something or they agree that they're not going to ask about sister wife stuff.
Yep.
Which is very worthy up of Meri, right? Like she should be able to speak totally freely about these things.
100%.
Truly worthied up.
Anya's asking, what do you think Meri's 2 truths and a lie would be? But I think Meri's trauma that she will talk about will be the catfish. That it'll just be completely not Cody or polygamy. It'll be like, no, I also went through this horrible experience that she never owns up to.
People didn't value me. They did not understand my value and my truth.
Unless
I didn't value my truth.
It does seem like since Cody's called Jen a bitch which again is the nicest thing.
Barely.
Not like you're fine. Ever since then, it does seem like Jen has forced Meri to get on the I hate Cody train. But again, still, she'll take him back. Take him back.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Jean said this about 12 people. Well, hey, we have more than that showing up to this live. So, hey, everyone, give us a little thumbs up. Smash that like, little thumbs
Stick around after or leave a comment.
And guys, for those of you who are new, like, what is this smash that like? We know it sounds ridiculous. That's why we say smash that like.
Oh, but when we did it last year, 2 years ago, people would get very angry about
smash that like. Like, why are you screaming at us? God.
People don't like bits.
Like, obviously, we know we're old and we're trying to like.
That's what the joke is. Okay.
That's what our Mr. Beast biz is.
Lastly, now, everyone, biggest news of the week, guys. The Salty Birches were out about town.
Amanda, when I say I wasn't prepared.
I was like, hey, check this
like,
out.
Okay, listen, we all knew, like, okay, this is going to be some cheesy stuff. Like, this is going to be a lot of, okay, they're wheezing, laughing, laughing, but nothing prepared.
Okay. Oh, man. It is a fully edited together video. Now, I'm going to click play. There's I'm showing you a minute. I didn't even realize it was a minute because I was just watching the scroll and I was just going to do it when it was like a quarter of the way through. So there were minutes left of this thing. It is an edited together video of Meri and Jen going to a pottery class. And my God, if you wanted to be like, what would two women who have never had sex look like? This would be it.
With anyone, including themselves.
Never seen porn. This is how I don't think I've ever laughed at a sex joke like this in my life. And I'm just gonna. And it's another detail is at the beginning. It starts out with like the Salty Birches logo, and then a music thing playing underneath, and it goes on way too long.
Yeah, you think our hot topics? There's
that's exactly what it is. Is our hot topics. So here you go, everyone, enjoy. And then I take a bunch of screenshots afterward to show you.
Wow, look at you.
Nice fingernail marks right here so it doesn't slip out.
Okay.
Your hand nice and wet.
I'm so scared of this. I'm pretty comfortable with how to do this.
Alright, you're pros. So nice up and down. When we were pulling a handle, they had a little fun, Meri and Jen did.
I've knocked a lot of cows.
There's your handle right there. I'll just place that right in front of y'all. To get that nice bend.
So what I'm really concerned about is the bat supposed to fit the bat.
Are you laughing yet?
And again, that goes on.
No, that
just laughing, wheezing for at least another minute.
Yeah. After that, I can't stop.
Look at this.
Wiping tears.
Crying, wheezing. Still over the same thing you guys just watched. You didn't miss anything.
Yeah, that's it. And then the guy's like, yeah, they were laughing a lot about the making the handle very, yes.
Pulling the handle.
They did not stop laughing the whole time.
And he's like, we had a middle school youth group in one time, and that's the only other thing I can compare this to. I mean,
it's few and far.
They're grown women.
Grown women.
With adult children, or at least somewhat grown children that have seen dick before.
Now look, I will acknowledge that's funny. At the beginning there, get your hands wet. Like we would, all of us together collectively be like,
okay, Jason, I see what you're doing there.
I think it would be a lot of that, but like smart jokes. And I think maybe it would get really blue. This would be like a great fucking time for me if we could all just do like dick humor for an hour.
Yeah.
This is my favorite thing. I'm not saying it's not funny, but they're just laughing. So like, they're just like discombobulated.
Out of like embarrassment.
Yeah.
Like I can't believe that looks like a
I think it looks more like balls, right? At the beginning there.
Well, then like after a while, like it is just, it's like a comical, it's not funny anymore.
Yeah. Dicks
and
are funny,
I would
but
argue,
they're not that funny.
I would argue, to Amy's point, he was uncomfortable. Could that be like a form of sexual harassment? They're making him uncomfortable.
He's probably like, what the fuck?
Yeah, like, are you laughing? Like, is this going to be bringing conversation to my twig and berries?
Also, can you imagine if that was you? You're the leader, and all they're doing is giggling and laughing. It's like, I don't want to even do this anymore. Do I have to be on now?
Yes. Now I have to like wait for you to catch your breath now before I can move forward.
Am I going into overtime?
Well, I started thinking, I'm like, okay, it's middle school, high school humor. And then I started thinking, I'm like, okay, would this be like my daughter and her friends? And if it was, even after a while, I'd be like, okay, you guys, we get it. Okay, it looks like a dick. Okay, whatever. Like, okay, you guys, you're embarrassing yourself now.
I don't think I've met Paige, and like I know enough about Paige to know that Paige would like giggle and maybe turn red.
Yeah,
like this is
ridiculous. Be like, okay,
they could.
And it is rude for this guy.
It's weird and it's rude and like. But anyway, that's the content you're going to be seeing on the variety show. That is Salty Birches.
Okay, so is this a podcast or are they doing like a
No one knows. It's
like a Billy on the Street?
I think it's whatever you think, whatever you want it to be. Are
they going to be doing like a Jimmy Fallon? Like they go out on the street and they're like, they're doing they're going to every dad, name your kids homeschool teacher or whatever, or grade school teacher the dads don't know.
I would argue that when you're walking around presenting yourself as a salty bitch, to me, that doesn't mean I'm going to laugh at a dick joke.
Yeah, like you're like sucking a dick.
Like you're above this comedy. You're salty. Yes. There's a line
like you're at like a blowjob course. You're at like a class learning how to do it, presenting it. Yes.
There's a line in 30 Rock where Chris Parnell is Dr. Specimen, and he has a line where he's like, "Science is whatever you want it to be." And that's much of everything that Meri does. Worthy up, Salty Birches. It's whatever you want it to be.
Yeah.
It's like a girl dinner.
Girl dinner.
A girl dinner is better than Salty Birches.
Alicia is letting us know that she's lost. Yeah, everyone is watching Jen and Meri. We don't know what we're supposed to be. Like, this is not worthying up. Giggling over something that like is a stretch to compare to a dick is not worthying up.
Yeah, it's just like the lowest form of comedy. It's just the lowest hanging
fruit. If they're going to be going to do like new things that Meri's never done before, who's watching that?
Us? I mean, we'll have content. I just don't watch all of them.
We're like, well, and literally all of us because we're replaying.
We're going to tune in today. That's it for all the goals this week. But I did post an Instagram comment. They're popping this week. A lot of Instagrams.
Yes. Okay, let's do it. Let's do it.
Put them in order, so I'm just going to click on them. Here we go. All right. This is Robin Brown, and Clara Noyd says, "My greatest wish for you is that you blow all the money, lose the show, and can never retire till you die behind the Dollar General register."
Yes. I love that. Exactly, I love that for Robin.
That's what reality TV cringe, the two raccoons, my new fave Sister Wives podcast.
I love it.
It's like the goal here is to I want them to go bankrupt. I want to see them. I want to see her having a job at Dollar General, which doesn't even mean like that's a bad thing because I respect anyone with a job.
A job, period.
You would never last at Dollar General. That's like that's a fucking, you're going.
I wonder if Robin even volunteers at Ariel and Saul's schools. I bet you she doesn't because she can't handle it.
They want her to. Oh, can you imagine her being part of it?
No, you're right. You're right. No, they don't.
Okay, this is for also Robin. Love will save. This was posted 309 weeks ago. I heard Made You Look says, "Are you as miserable as your face makes us think you are? If Eeyore was a person, it's you."
Oh, I love that.
Could
have been sent to anyone who deserves it more.
Over on Cody's, in light of a recent unapproved press release, we feel compelled to share about Meri's Meri divorce. Merrimack says, "I hope you and Robin go to jail for embezzlement. Maybe the at IRS news." Guys, we need to get on this movement. This is enough people have posted with that at sign. Let's all go over there. Right now, all 300 of us could go over there right now and just at IRS News, maybe get the ball rolling, audit you and your fraudulent dealings, and put you and Robin in prison for the rest of your lives.
Cody in jail. That'd be hilarious.
Okay, over on Robin's. ASWL Joy says, oh my gosh, Robin, 30 grand in Etsy purchases, and that was just a year's worth of purchases. Yikes. Our queen Janelle would never.
Wow.
Leslie. This is something I've never heard before, but I figured I'd grab it. This is also on Cody's announcement. Smoky Mountain Girl says, rumor is you were in a relationship with a man before marrying Meri. If so, that would explain a lot. That's why you want to answer Suki's question about your life prior to your marriage to Meri.
That would be amazing.
And like they said, not surprising. He gets so excited about hanging out with guys. He's way too excited about guys. It's
an afternoon shower with guys.
Yes, an hour-long shower with guys.
A guy's afternoon in. A gay.
And with that, we wrap up Browntown.
We wrapped up our gays and gals and guys afternoon.
Thanks for joining us. Guys, we're going to do this every week during the off season. We'll be back with Meet the Baldwins, Eladia, next week. Fun.
TBD, babes.
Make sure you leave and put in the comments maybe what you want us to recap, because it's going to just be a free-for-all this week and for the next few weeks until they come back.
Until we're back. And everyone, just a little thumbs up, subscribe. It really helps us out. Doesn't bug you. We won't bug you, promise. It just helps the algorithm. And it helps yours too, because you'll get more Sister Wives content from everyone.
And join me and Joan for a Super Bowl special on Wednesday.
I can't wait.
We're doing a Super Bowl live episode.
What did you think of that winning triple pointer?
Listen, I talked to
that
Brad.
Line drive down the...
I have Brad working on like a whole script for us. So,
oh my
God, to work.
A man
has entered the chat. We love you guys so much. You're all adults. Have a wonderful.
See you next week.
Yeah,
Monday.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Well, guys, it's been a blast. Thank you so much for joining us today on our We Love to Hate Everything channel. Please do not forget to hit that subscribe button. Give us a like or even a comment, and click on that bell if you want notifications, because you never know when we might pop up and go live. Please check out our other 2 podcasts on Patreon, where we snark on even more TV, movies, and pop culture. We got Total Request Podcast, that's patreon.com/trpod, and We Love to Hate TV, patreon.com/love to hate TV. Thanks again, and we will see you next time.